Everybody, YouTube's being wacky. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Keyboard Warriors. We are the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RepTheWarriors.com. My name's Eddie Law. That's Red Kirby, and joining us this week because Jesse's life got nice and busy as shit, so he can't hit us up from his little free candy van for a minute. So he hooked us up. You guys know him as Head Kick Audio. He is Steve from Head Kick Audio, ladies and gentlemen, making his Keyboard Warriors debut. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. It's good to be part of the show instead of just in the comment section, for sure. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you coming on. Otis already coming in hard, dude. Otis, what's going on, folks? Hashtag cancel Fred. Okay, Otis, explain this. What is going on with that? Did you know, Fred?
No, I have no idea. I just assume it's because I said one time that I was uncancelable. So I figure maybe he's trying to get it going, you know. Which, good luck with that, Otis. Listen, you can't cancel somebody that don't subscribe, baby. You keep that. I don't give a fuck if everybody. You know what was hilarious about this whole MMA Twitter beef between the fucking booger beer and the dude?
Yeah.
Everybody on MMA Twitter can suck my dick. I don't give a fuck. Unfollow me, block me, kiss my ass. It wouldn't matter. But to all you folks in the comment section that come, I fuck with y'all. I love y'all. And I know you're just fucking around, Otis. You're my main man. You be here every week. You're the man.
Oh, man. All right. Coming off a nice actually ended up being overall, and a lot of people are bitching about the co-main and the main. We'll talk about that, of course. But overall, the rest of the card was pretty goddamn good over in at the UFC Apex right before they took off to Abu Dhabi for another episode, I think a few weeks on Fight Island. Catchy ass name they came up with. All right, kicking off the first fight of the night. Tyson Nam holds that right hand cocked and ready, and pops Rivera, knocks him the fuck out in the second round of the first fight. Then Andrew Ewell comes in, uses his speed, his length, beats up on Rivera and gets a decision win. Randy Costa with the knockout. That was the Randy Costa. How did he knock this dude out again?
Head kick.
Right.
Head kick.
There you go. Dude, that was a dope ass fucking performance by that dude, and brings us right into Otis's question for this week: who is your winner of the week, and how's it not Randy Costa? Who else won harder than he did?
I mean, listen, we're going to get into it later, and people are probably going to hate me, but I'm sorry. Winner of the week was Colby. I mean. Look, we'll have the rage. We'll get all into Colby. But far as winner of the week, for as much shit as Tyron talked and as heated as that feud was, for Colby to come out with a win like that, like he fucking, whose stock is higher after the? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about
it. Oh, well, never mind. All right, yeah, no. Randy Costa was not the goddamn winner of the week. We'll get to one of them later.
There you go. All right. Then Derek Minner gets the first round submission on TJ Laramie because no one told TJ to watch fucking tape on this guy. That's what fucking happened on that one. Okay, that's literally as far as we can take it. All right. First fight we're gonna get into. Jessica Rose Clark gets the third round TKO in a fight where I fucking clicked some shit. All right. In a fight where the ref used instant replay. And the rule is you stop the fight. It's over, right? You check out replay, fight's over.
Right.
Then he restarts the fight. Okay. Now, he broke the rule. That's not how you use the replay. However, I fully believe that's how you should be using the replay. Check the replay, figure out what happened, restart him. Steve, what did you think about the whole fiasco with that shit?
Well, I do think you're right. I think getting the restart is probably the best thing to do in that situation, given that, what is her name, Alpar? She was deemed fit to continue. I mean, he thought it was an illegal blow, and from where he was at, I mean, you could see why he thought. You know what I mean? Her butt didn't touch the canvas, so he restarts. I don't see a fucking problem with it.
By the way, like sharp eyesight by I forgot who the ref was. I forgot his name, but sharp eyesight to see that there was about a fucking half inch between their butt and the canvas. That dude he was on it from the get go. But Fred, what are we looking at here with this whole thing?
Listen, here's the fucking point, man. There are rules. Look, I agree with you. I've been beating this drum for a long time. I think, what the fuck is the sense in having instant replay if you got to stop the game afterwards? Would we have instant replay in the NFL if the whole fucking game was over afterwards? Of course not. That's fucking stupid. Why even have it if it makes you end the contest? That's dumb. But The goddamn rules are the goddamn rules. It's a whole bunch of laws in this country that I think are stupid as fuck. But that don't mean I can go around breaking them and say, well, that law don't make sense, so I'm just not going to follow it. If the goddamn rule is after an instant replay, the fight is over, then that's the goddamn rule. Jason Herzog or whoever the fuck you was in there, you don't just get to fucking start being a cowboy and making shit up on the fly. I mean, the rules are the rules, right? Like, what the fuck? Whether we agree with them or not, that's the goddamn rule.
It was Tyone, and I mean, he's been on some close calls. Let's just call it that in the past few weeks.
Was he the prick that was in the Ed Herman fight?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
Okay,
I think that was Mark Smith.
Okay,
I think.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So yeah, then Jessica Rose Clark ends up blooding this girl to hell with elbows on the ground, and it was everywhere. Actually, these elbows were flying everywhere. That's anything you know about where she trains. I forgot the full name of the place. I think it's CAS. I want to say San Diego, but I can't remember. But the fighters that come out of there are some fucking killers with the elbows. They love elbows up in that place and hard hitters. So, obviously, big time win for her. Didn't get a bonus, which I thought was weird, but whatever. All right. After that, Mayra Bueno Silva gets a first round submission win over Mara Romero Borella. And she tapped before the arm extended. I totally don't blame her because I've been in that spot where I tapped after. That shit fucking hurts. Then Damon Jackson gets the submission win over Mirza Bektic on a short notice fight, I believe.
Whoa.
Go back.
Hold on. We ain't glossing over that. Can
okay,
we
let's go over.
A moment here to talk about the hype train that exploded behind Mirza Bektic? You remember the fucking hype that was around this guy?
Right.
Boy, did he fucking fizzle out.
Hard.
Yeah. We're going to get to him here in just a moment, but keep that in mind, all you fucking hazmat Chiminov fucking fans right now, that don't get so fucking cute. There's a whole bunch of guys that we had a whole bunch of fucking faith in, and now look at him. All due respect, getting fucking submitted by Damon Jackson in the third round, for fuck's sakes.
I think we just found Hamza's new nickname, Hazmat.
Okay.
Hazmat Chiminov. Huh?
Before we end this, Is Mirza how you say the prick's last name?
Bektic. How is it?
Bektic.
Thank you.
What he said. Is he in the UFC after this fight, or do we see him in bare knuckle fighting championships or Bellator next?
Nah, he's still in.
Yeah, he's still in. They'll figure it out.
Boy, you pricks are a lot more optimistic than me. He's going to Bellator for sure. For all of me, buddy, you're a bust. That's 3 in a row. Deuces.
That's true. 3 in a row. Let me see who he's lost against. No, he won his last fight, didn't he?
Oh, he lost 2 before that. Let's not get crazy here. He's fucking like 1-3 at tops or something.
No,
he's in a bad what?
I take it back. You're right. He lost to Emmett, and Damon Jackson, all 3. So
sorry, baby. Go. You got to hit LFA or Bellator or something to get you a couple wins, big dog.
Yeah, you might be right. All right. Then in the feature prelim for flyweights, David Dvorak gets the decision win over Jordan Espinoza. In a pretty decent fight. All right, first fight of the main card. In a fight I thought Darren Stewart fucking won. Kevin Holland pulls off the decision win. Fred, who did you have winning this shit?
I guess I would have picked Darren Stewart. But I hate doing this thing with these close fights like this. Right. But I will say, I totally respected Kevin Holland's attitude. Mm-hmm. He told Dana White, like, yo, we need to run it back. I don't think I won this fight. Now, whether they run it back or not is not important. What's important is that he acknowledged that even if if it wasn't a draw or if he didn't lose, it might have been a draw. He acknowledged that was a really fucking weirdy decision. And I respect that he was not proud of that win. You know what I mean? Like if he would have left like, yeah, Jack, that's what I'm talking about. I kicked that ass. I think we all would have been like, oh, that would have been a little, he did exactly what he was supposed to do in that scenario, is be a little humble, bro. Like, I feel like maybe some people did feel like he won, but a lot of us felt like Darren Stewart won. I really respected his attitude coming out of that fight.
No, there you go. We don't even get that. We don't ever get that. Actually, now that I can't think of the last time we actually got a fighter say that shit. That was a good point. Regardless, gets a W. And Darren Stewart, who was just as kind of confused as I was, gets nothing. Gets a loss. Real quick. What's up, Best J? Hanging out. Sean, what's up, ninjas? Oh, it says, who'd you lose here at the weekend? How is it not a 3-way tie between Ryan, Wasted Mountain Span? Agreed. Mara said, gifted Guillotine Bektic, and Ronda low IQ Marcos. And here is fucking why she's low IQ. She went to the fucking ground with Mackenzie Dern. That's literally, if there was a fucking manual for how to fight Mackenzie Dern, going to the ground is not any chapter ever, fucking ever. And she jumped on top of, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. She jumps on top of Mackenzie Dern after Mackenzie Dern throws the fucking like most off-balance head kick ever, and it slips on her butt.
That's the great thing about having phenomenal BJJ. Right. Is you can throw wild, sloppy strikes, and if you flip around and fall on your ass, who gives a fuck? Come on down and get you some. Like, she threw the worst head kick in all of mankind and still ended up in the best position for her in the fight.
Yeah, I actually referenced this one on my podcast. I brought up from, I can't remember the fight now because I had, it on my screen, but not everybody can be Alan Belcher. You remember when he went down with Rosemary Paul Harris and knocked the dude out, from guard after evading the submission? Not everybody can be Alan Belcher.
Yeah, listen, all due respect to Randa, however the fuck you pronounce that broad's first name, she's no Alan Belcher. You're absolutely goddamn right. I remember that was when Husmir was fucking tearing everybody's fucking shit off. He was holding fucking shit for a long time. Nobody wanted any smoke with Husmir at that time. And yeah, that was crazy. Alan Belcher jumped right into his guard. But you're absolutely right. That's not going to work for most people. And old Randa learned that the fucking hard way.
Exactly.
Probably cost her a job too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. No, I might be it for her. All right. Moving on here.
And to answer Otis's question,
and
we'll get around to it right now. Mirsad Bektic, fuck off. He's on his way to Bellator. No, it was definitely Randa. That was the stupidest decision ever. Bringing us to our next fight. Go ahead, Eddie.
Next fight, Johnny Walker taking on Ryan Spann. A fight where they both got hurt. If I'm not mistaken, sort of, for Johnny Walker anyway. And Spann ended up on top of him, didn't get shit done, and then gets knocked out by old Johnny Walker. Going for a fucking single leg. It looked like just grabbing onto an ankle for dear life. Fred, your thoughts?
Johnny Walker, goddamn it, cheated.
Yeah.
Did we all miss the 37 back of the head fucking strikes that he gave the goddamn it Ryan Spann? Did we all miss that? Like, and don't one of you pricks in the comment section. I know the elbow that knocked him down landed clean. I'm talking about the 42 fucking hammer fist that he gave him before that. He was clearly nailing him in the back of the head over and over again. He wasn't looking. Like, referee, jump the fuck in there and stop that. What the fuck? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. We have rules for a fucking reason. You're not allowed to pound somebody in the back of the fucking head because it fucking knocks them unconscious and could kill them, for fuck's sake. I don't know. Am I on an island on that? Did everybody else not think that first barrage of punches he had to have nailed him in the back of the head at least a few fucking times?
Dude, he might have knocked him out and then knocked him, hit him awake.
He did. That's what I'm saying. He hit him once and he went limp and he fucking kept nailing him. The ref's over there sniffing his fucking fingers or whatever the fuck. And eventually he wakes up, gets a good grip, and then he pulls the old Travis Brown on him. It was like the WWF. The ref's fucking looking at the butterflies, and when he does pay attention, he hits him with the elbow. It's like, game time. What the fuck?
It was fucking insanity.
And for the record, Ryan Spann's coaches knew it. They were fucking pissed. As soon as the fight ended, they ran right over to Dana White like, what in the fuck?
Exactly. No, the ref in that one was weird too. Steve, what'd you think about that? I mean, it was. I was sitting there going like back of the head, side of the head, back of the head, back of the head. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I don't think that I caught as many as you guys did. I just chopped it up to heat of the moment. A couple are gonna hit the back of the head, but the ref not saying anything at all. I mean, you're seeing fence grabs, you're seeing a bunch of shit, fighters calling their own fucking fouls. I mean, this fucking shit's getting out of hand for sure.
Exactly.
Well, and here's my problem with that. Johnny Walker was on ice skates 2 different times within the first minute and a half of the fight. It'd be one thing if Johnny had just been beating the fuck out of Ryan Spann. He shot for a desperate double leg and they started getting clipped. For whatever reason Ryan Spann shot, I still don't know, but it's just a little shitty because he was in pretty well control of that fight. And quite frankly, for the record, just moving forward with Johnny Walker, I think we all better temper our expectations because clearly he's got defensive striking liabilities on the feet. Like, I know Ryan Span's a good striker, but he pieced him up real quick and fast. Like if you think that other cats at 205 ain't going to find Johnny Walker's chin. I mean, I'm not trying to be the Johnny Walker hater, but like, bro, he's getting snuffed at 205. He better fucking find a way to get down to 85 or something because he's not going to last at light heavyweight.
No, absolutely. All right, let's catch him with some comments here. Colby, easy winner of the week. He stole a soul. Yeah, that soul was gone already. Sean Tracy. Oh yeah, Sean says Jessica Rose is a damn dime piece. Bad officiating for sure. Agreed on both counts, honestly. Chris Tognoni was a referee for Ed Herman versus Mike Rodriguez.
Okay. So
there you go. Hey, what's up?
Heyo.
Holland didn't pull a Volk over Max.
Yeah, exactly. And I that might be a little bit more. I know there's a lot of Volkanovski fans out there that their panties are getting wet right now. But yeah, listen, I'm right there with you. I thought fucking Max won that second fight. I thought he won both the goddamn fights. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
You're gonna piss off the Australians, man. That Marcos Dern fight shows why women's MMA is 5 years behind MMA. Okay, I've seen a lot of people say stuff like that, and I'm starting to fucking agree with them. Honestly.
Possibly. Is Mackenzie Dern's BJJ that good, or is just the overall level of BJJ for women a little lackluster? I don't know.
Who knows? But
I think Rand is just a dumbass for going down on the ground with her.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
I like her. I like her. She's a dumbass. That was dumb.
I almost feel like it was like you know, like just habit. The second they go down, I'll go on top. And almost like on the way down, I'm hoping on the way down, she was like, wait a minute, no. And like, you know, tried to stop herself. She couldn't, but no. More than likely, she was like, yeah, I'm okay here. Wait a second. Teo says, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, fair enough.
Otis says, Johnny Walker wants Anthony Smith next. Who the fuck doesn't want Anthony Smith next?
You know what?
Everybody.
Right.
I ain't terribly mad at that fight. Actually. I ain't terribly mad at that, actually.
That might be an even fight.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad fight, to be fair.
Yeah. All right. In the co-main event, and not, I don't want to say, well, yeah, sort of bizarre, I guess. Donald Cerrone, Nico Price fight to a draw. Now, if you didn't catch this, and I forgot who. Otis, who's the ref for this one? Do you know? Anyone know who the ref was for this one? Otis will know.
I'm sure Otis will know,
but
that was probably that Mark Smith guy.
Okay. He did exactly what we should have been doing with eye pokes fucking forever. You get one goddamn warning, and the next one, boom, points. Get everyone in the straight and fucking narrow about goddamn eye pokes. You get one fucking warning, right? So he does that shit, takes points from Nico Price, which is how we came to a majority draw in this fight. Outside of that, Steve, you can go first on this one. Cowboy does no longer look like Cowboy, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. He's basically a shell of himself at this point, and I honestly thought the judges were probably going to give it to him. If I'm being completely honest, I thought that the judges were going to give it to him. I had it as a draw myself, but that's what I thought was going to happen.
Fred,
I'll tell you what, man. I don't know how bad Cowboy looks, or if there's just a couple other things going on. Look, Cowboy's always been known to lose the big one. It's never like he was necessarily a champion, so him losing sort of an important fight's not a big deal. Also, more importantly, for all of me, listen, Cowboy's a tough guy, and I know making 55 sucks for him, and he's one of those tweeners. Mm-hmm. He ain't no 70-er.
Herzog.
Okay.
Yeah, Jason Herzog. He's not big enough for welterweight. Now, do I think that Cowboy could beat Khabib? No. But do I think that Cowboy could still fucking somewhat compete at 55 if he can make the weight and shit? Yeah, I mean, listen, look at what he just did with Nico Price at 70. Nico's not necessarily a world beater, but he's extremely tough. I mean, look, in the first round, Nico was piecing up Donald Cerrone, but he also looked a whole weight class bigger. His fucking arms were 3 times as long. I mean, even if Cerrone is tough enough to bang with those guys, why put yourself at a disadvantage? If you're a bigger man, it's going to take more power for me to hurt you or knock you out. I'm not great at physics, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it works, right? Like Mighty Mouse ain't just starching fucking Stipe. He could, but it's going to be a lot easier to starch fucking Joey B. It's the way it goes. Like if Cowboy's at 55, his power is going to translate a little more. Everything. Like, so I don't really know, man, if Cowboy's that washed up or if he's just, you know, a little long in the tooth and fighting at a division he shouldn't be fucking fighting at, you know? Maybe go down to 55 and take a, you know, go fight Paul Felder or something at 55 and see what's doing there. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily favor Paul Felder greatly in a fight with Donald Cerrone. Or go to fucking Bellator. I tell you what I don't want to see. I don't want to see you fighting top guys at welterweight no more. I just don't. No. You know, for what fucking reason? I mean, to prove you're tough?
He did. I'm pretty, like, from what I get, I don't know. I forgot where I fucking read this, so I might be full of shit. But supposedly he redid his fucking deal after the McGregor fight. He's getting $500,000 to fight. Is that true? If he's getting $500,000 to fight, whatever fight they give him, fuck it.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I guess I'm just speaking from a fan's perspective. I don't care to see Cowboy fight elite welterweights no more because I just don't really see the point in it. I mean, sure, he's tough, but again, he could go ride bulls to prove that to us. I mean, we don't need the, you know, he don't got to fight bigger men to prove he's tough. Now, on the same token, if he just don't feel like cutting the weight no more and he's getting older, then I can go fuck myself. And dog, Cowboy can do whatever the fuck he wants to do because he's earned that right. So.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of Cowboy, because I saw this shit earlier today, and I had heard about this like a little bit before, but I didn't look into it at all. Apparently, he was on the MMA Roasted podcast. You guys seen Adam? Fuck, what's his last name? He's a comedian, but and a wrestling coach too. But he had him on, and apparently, Cowboys like when people go to like a Cowboy signing or a photo op or whatever, he like gropes dudes' girlfriends and wives, and people think he's racist. Have you guys seen this shit?
I've heard some of the racists. Like,
I just heard it today. You know what I'm saying?
I've
never heard, never experienced.
Okay, Fred, sorry.
I've never heard the grabbing people's wives and girlfriends thing. I've heard he's like said some racist shit or something. I don't know. I haven't heard. I don't know. I don't want to be a complete presumptuous prick here, but it wouldn't surprise me. Like I don't want to be like that because I mean maybe he wasn't, but like, I can kind of see Cerrone drinking a 12-pack of fucking Budweisers and being like, "Hey, bet you like the Cowboy, don't you? Come here and take a picture with Daddy." Yeah,
dude, and it's like it's almost like, what are you gonna do, dude? You're the husband or the boyfriend. It's like, what you gonna do? Don't fucking. I'm not excusing it. It's fucking wrong, but goddamn.
But listen though, but real talk, like you got me fucked up,
right?
Cowboy, you touch my girl, I'm causing a scene.
Yeah, I'm making a big deal.
I don't know if y'all have ever seen Rocky V, but that classic scene outside the thing where that motherfucker says, "You hit me, I'll sue you." Cowboy, do not put your hand on my woman again. And if you want to hit me, do it. I dare you. You got way more money than me. Hit me, motherfucker. I'll sue you. What the fuck? Like, I know I can't kick your ass, but you better not kick mine. You worth way more than money. That'd be my bad motherfucking rant. Keep your fucking hands in your pocket.
That'll be my bad motherfucking ranch.
I done had my ass whooped before, son. I'll take an ass whooping for a couple million. You better fuck off.
Yeah, I'll take that money. Shit. All right. What's that?
I said that's some WAP right there from Fred.
There you go.
Finance privilege.
Yeah. Mateo says, "Sue me for what?" Fred's right. Cowboy should be at 55. He keeps fighting. Agreed. I think if Dana gives him the old time to go speech and sits him with Rogan and all that shit, I think that we're gonna end up seeing this dude in like bare knuckle boxing with some bullshit. I'm telling you right now, that guy's just that much of a wild man. All right, and then of course the main event: Colby Covington gives Tyron Woodley a 5-round ass whooping where Colby apparently Woodley popped or broke. From you've seen the X-ray, if it's his X-ray, it's a busted rib, and he had to verbally tap basically, which I don't understand why it's a TKO. It should be a submission, but regardless, he lost, and he did not look good. Not for any part of that fight, right, Fred?
No, he did. Listen, usually you throw the questions out, Eddie, but this time I want to pose a question to you, gentlemen. I just have one question here for you guys. Did Colby Covington win this fight, or did Tyron Woodley lose it? Because and I'll jump out and answer first. I think, and I'm not trying to throw no shade at Colby, but I think Tyron lost it. I think that Tyron has been gun shy for a long time. I mean, I think we all know it. For the last 3 fights, he's went 15 rounds in a row doing this bullshit. Fucking feinting the jab. For fucking 162 minutes, he's just feinting the jab. And every once in a while, he throws a fucking right hand that's clearly going to fucking miss. I don't know. You know, in the Robbie Lawler fight and in the Wonder Boy fights, he was coming ahead. He was aggressive. I don't know what if the Usman loss just did something to him and put him in this sort of reluctant form, but I don't know, man. I just feel like Tyron didn't do shit. Like Colby looked good, but Tyron didn't fight back. He never got in Colby's face. He never tried to fucking hurt. He never went for it. He you know, he stayed on the back foot. Every once in a while, he'd throw his right hand, once in a blue moon. I mean, you remember fucking Dan Henderson?
Yeah.
And how often he'd throw that cocksucker? That's what we need from Tyron. Bro, you got real stopping power. Throw that fucking right hand 32 times around. Eventually, you're going to clip him. He threw it like once or twice around. No fucking wonder you're losing this fight, dude. I mean, again, Colby's tough and all, but like, what did Tyron really do to push Colby back, man? He didn't do fucking nothing.
Steve?
I'm going to go ahead and say a little bit of both, really. I mean, you can't really talk that much fucking shit and saying, you know, I'm going to fucking kill this guy. I'm going to end him. You know, I think I owe it to the fans, the sport, yada, yada, and then fucking do that. You know what I mean? And Colby Covington actually did what he said he wasn't going to do and put on a fucking pace. So I think it's a mixture of both. But Tyron Woodley needs to fucking figure himself out or just not get back in there.
Yeah, the thing about Tyron was just like, I'm going to throw in this fight. I'm letting it all go in this fight. And that was like early when they booked the fight. And then as the camp went on, he started toning that down. The last time I heard him doing an interview before the Black Lives Matter interview, he said something about, look, man, I don't know what I'm going to do out there. I'm just going to go out there and fight. He's basically what he said. And I'm kind of sitting there going like, oh, he lost his fight already. Son of a fucking bitch. I think Usman took Woodley's soul. All right. And you know, I was in the building for that one. I got to see that shit live. And believe me, I had picked Woodley in that fight against Usman. And watching that dude get just bullied around and beat up for 5 rounds, you could literally see Usman taking everything from Woodley and Woodley just not even bothering to fight back. But I mean, that fight, the Burns fight, this fight, all look the same. They all look the fucking same. It's 15 rounds of Woodley not doing shit. That's it.
And honestly, this might sound strange. I would feel better if Tyron had got finished in each of those fights.
Yeah. In
just wild, sort of crazy rounds or something. Like, you know, it's one thing if you go in there and you get clipped in an exchange and you get dropped and hey, whatever. It's one thing if you get submitted or something, but at least if you're going for it, it is what it fucking is. You know what I mean? There's no harm in getting knocked out by Usman if you get in the pocket and you start trading with him. But if fight over fight, you just won't use your weapons and you're going backwards and you're just not fighting like yourself. Like that's really worrisome. It's not really that you're losing, it's how you're losing, man. Like it'd be one thing if you were going out and you were just, you know, hey man, this is MMA. Only John Jones and Habib get out alive. You know what I mean? And those cocksuckers ain't done yet. Fucking, they'll probably get their L2. Like, it's MMA, bro. Everybody. It's combat sports in general, man. Everybody gets beat. But how you get beat is very, very fucking important. We will always have fond memories of Vanderlei, of Chris Lytle, of Matt Brown. It doesn't matter that Matt Brown's lost more fights than he's won. Right. It matters that he went out on his fucking shield and he tried his best to win every fight that he was in. This type of shit that Tyron's done for these last 3 fights, it's staining his career. Like I would literally have rather seen him get finished than these 3 losses. Fucking suck, man. Like this is.
Well, hasn't he done this before? He's done this before in fights where he just lays an egg, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now I want to back it up a minute. Because I like what you're saying, but let's just say Tyron gets in the pocket with Burns, with Usman, and Covington. Does he still lose those fights?
I don't know.
Yeah,
and that's the very valid.
I don't think so.
Exact. That was my point with this Colby fight. I think that if Tyron goes at Colby and Mike Tyson's him, gets in the phone booth, I mean, we all know Tyron hits harder, right? Like,
yep.
Colby's probably a little more crisp, but I absolutely agree with you. If Tyron had fought those men like that, it's at least 50-50 that Tyron's the one that lands that shot. I mean, maybe he gets clipped, but maybe he lands the knockout punch too. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and then to answer your question, I think Colby won that fight. I think Tyron talked too much shit. And you know, and honestly, it pissed me off, dude, because I was really hoping. I'm like, God damn it! If there's anybody, Tyron's gonna go. Fuck it, I'm going back to old, you know, pre-champion Tyron, where I fight tonight. You know, because I mean, shit, I'm broken says immediately. Tyron is fighting not to lose.
Yeah,
almost defensively. Before that shit, when he was champion, he was fucking. I'm coming to knock your ass out. You know what I mean? Before all the shitty rap and all that stuff. So. And that pissed me the fuck off because I was like, if anybody's going to get him up to fight like that, it's going to be Colby. And God damn it, if he didn't let us down big time. And it's not like Colby fought like a fucking like world beater either, to be honest with you. I think Colby did just enough to beat him. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion on that. I don't think he was like, nothing Colby showed me on Saturday said, oh yeah, when he fights Usman again, he's going to win.
Put Tyron in there with a striker, right? Go. Like, I don't know. He had I guess the second Wonder Boy fight sucked pretty bad, but the first one was super entertaining. Yeah. He knocked Robbie Lawler out. He beat Darren Till, finished Darren Till. And then when you think about it, fucking Usman, Gilbert Burns, and Colby, they're all kind of like the same dude, you know, serviceable striking, dangerous grapplers. Like, I don't know, man. Give him a different kind of guy. Clearly. He's got an archetype that he does not fucking do well against. These last three cats, all kind of similar, and Tyron did the same fucking thing in every fight and lost all three of them the same fucking way. Like, let's not fight that fucking guy again for sure.
Right. Now, okay, let's talk about just Woodley real quick, his future. Steve, what's next for Woodley? If you are his manager, I guess.
If I'm his manager, it's time to hang him up. You can't have 3 performances like that. And if there was noticeable changes where he was making improvements to this archetype, as Fred put it, then okay, you know, maybe there's some light at the end of the tunnel. But literally, it's fucking pitch black outside. You know what I mean? There's no light in sight, at least in my opinion. Look, you're not going to fucking get back to the title, and that's all you want. You know what I mean? Anything else is really just a quick cash grab. And after those 3, I don't know how much he's going to make.
Yeah, I don't know. Fred, what do you do with Woodley?
If I was Woodley's manager, I would sit down and have a heart-to-heart with Woodley and figure out what he wants to do. Okay. It's up to Woodley. Because listen, we have several options here, right? Like if I'm his manager, check this out. We can do nothing because you made plenty of money. We can retire. You're not going to fucking rap. You need to wake the fuck up real quick with that bullshit. But we can open up all kinds of shit in St. Louis, fucking coffee shops, fucking barbecue restaurant. Like he's got plenty of money. He'll be good. We could do that, and you could just retire, open up a gym. Lots of things Tyron Woodley can do to make money. Or we can do what everybody does at this point and go to Bellator, get pretty good money, get sponsors from fucking everybody, and fight way lesser competition, possibly even get us another belt. Or if you really, really still want this and you still think you got it in you, we get you one more fight in the UFC and we pick the toughest guy they'll let us find. Like we either get the fuck back on the horse or this is it for real. You know what I mean? Like, book Tyron against a dangerous striker, somebody that he's either going to have to come win the fight or he's going to get fucked up, and then that's it. After that, we're either going to Bellator or you're retiring, period. You know what I mean? Like, you make your decision, bro. What are we doing here? Are we going to quit? Are we going to slide off the Bellator? Are we going to fucking make one more fucking – because I think that Tyron at least does deserve that. He's one of the greatest welterweights of all time. He's on a 3-fight skid. To be fair – contrary to my point before, he hasn't been finished in any of these fights. So, but this is definitely, back against the wall, dog. Do you really want this or not? Do you think you can be UFC champion truly in your heart of hearts? Do you think that? If the answer is yes, then all right, man, let's get you another big fight and let's fucking do it. If not, let's just make some money otherwise.
There you go. If I'm Woodley's manager, I'm like, look, man, we're gonna give you one more fight in the UFC. It's gonna be against a striker. Yeah. Just like you said, against a striker. Okay. If you lose that shit, brother, it's time to go. It's time to go home. We got money. We got juice bars. Hopefully, we got gyms.
Really?
We got other businesses. Stop fucking rapping. Get the fuck off TMZ or stay the fuck out. Never mind. Stay the fuck on TMZ and get paid for doing that shit. But no more getting cracked in the face and looking stupid as shit for 5 rounds in a row because you're never fighting for a belt again, ever in the fucking ever. Okay. And I'm not sending your ass to bare knuckle boxing where you can get your face ripped off. Or maybe I am. I don't know. But yeah, that's just kind of.
I think if Tyron wants to go to Bellator, that's an easy fit. Big name, perfect. I think he goes there and he can get
Coco will pay him. Coco will pay him for the name.
That's what I'm saying. So he's got options, but it depends on what Tyron wants to do with his career.
All right, we'll talk about Colby here in a second. Taylor says Colby won. He did just enough to win. Tyron had everything to win and nothing to lose. True. Colby could have won by a first round TKO, and everyone would say, well, that's what he's supposed to do. Right. I had to say Colby won that fight. Too much shit was talked to say T-Dub took the night off. Right. I mean, I have to think he might just not have it anymore for big fights. Tyron didn't even look like he was trying to win, but I'll give credit to Colby for what he did. So basically, most people are saying it. I'd rather see Woodley go out in his shield, putting up a fight than sitting around waiting on the perfect opportunity for his right hand. Like, Woodley, where is your fire at? One in the cage.
There you go, bro.
Tyron knew he couldn't win and did just enough to not get finished. I think he thought he could win, and then once he got in there and realized how much pressure was going to be on him, I don't know. Maybe he needs a sports psychologist or something. Shit, I don't know.
He absolutely does.
Yeah. No one leaves this sport unscathed. Agreed. And Brando's in the house. You didn't miss very much. I think we just talked about like the prelims and stuff like that, and most of the main card. But you got here for the juicy shit. Tyron is kind of fighting like a pretty boy. Huh. I hadn't thought about that. I mean, what's his name? Ellen Joban's technically a fucking model. He's like, fuck it, I'm going in to get bloody.
Yeah, but he's just he's fighting not to lose. That's exactly what he's doing.
Lost that dog inside of him, right? It's reminiscent of Liddell in the twilight of his career. Only difference is Chuck did go out in his shield with hard to watch knockouts. Agreed. Where Tyron's just getting beat down and owned. Right. And everyone
I enjoyed the Chuck fights more. I mean, listen, y'all remember that Chuck Rich Franklin fight? Was a goddamn banger right up until Chuck got slept.
I was so bummed out when he got slept on that one. Fuck everything. I was so bummed. It was a great fight, but fuck. Tyron just collecting checks at this point. A lot of people in the UFC are. Woodley Lawler 2, Crossroads fight for both. Ooh. Lawler's got a lot of options right now, dude.
I don't hate that. That's actually not a bad fight at all.
A lot of people have been talking Lawler Woodley too, and then Lawler Nick Diaz too. That guy's got a couple options to get paid. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's actually good suggestion, Jeremiah. I ain't mad at that at all. That'd be a nice fight to see. Like, okay, and for both of those gentlemen, like, all right, which one of you fuckers still wants to be here?
Right. All right, and then Brando says, "Come on, boys, we know goddamn well Coker isn't paying anyone unless you got your title game up and sponsors in a row. Why else do you think Frank Mir is going to bare knuckle fighting?"
Frank Mir is a bit more long. And listen, Frank Mir already went to Bellator. He had his Bellator fights, and he lost a couple, won a couple, whatever he fucking did. I think Tyron Woodley's a lot more sexy of a name than Frank. Frank Mir, dog, he's old at this point. Frank's almost on that motherfucking Chuck Liddell, Forrest Griffin level shit. Like they're like the grandfathers of the game now. Tyron's a little more sexy of a name than that.
I'd have to agree with that, yeah. All right. Now Colby's in that short list of title shots, the rematch to Usman or the first a fight with Burns. Fred, what do you think about and I mean honestly, everyone's kind of tied up right now. He called that Masvidal, I called that Usman. And they're all tied. Usman, Masvidal not officially, but we're thinking he's tied up.
No, listen. Nate Diaz, sorry, as much as I like you, fuck off. The fight to make right now, unequivocally, if that's actually a word, Colby Masvidal. Colby Masvidal. I mean, there's no the fight has it all, Jack. It's got it all.
Right.
They both have lost to the champ. They used to be I mean, you can't write this shit better. They used to be best friends. They have this the gym beef. Like, there's so much going on with Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal. Like that, how do you not make that fight? And then whoever wins that fight gets their rematch with the champion, assuming that Usman beats fucking Burns. Like, I don't know how you do not make Colby Covington Jorge Masvidal. And that's one of the few non-title fights you can headline a pay-per-view with. And we'd all be perfectly fine with it. I mean, how in the fuck do you not do Colby Covington Jorge at this point?
Ooh, Steve, what do you think of that?
Well, you saw my thumbs down because I don't really like that fight next. That's only because I'm such a bitch. And I want to see Usman Covington too. That's what I want to see. And that's the only fight that I want to see Covington take next. Even if fucking Burns wins the title from Usman. Okay, that's your big name. I saw in the comment. That would be your big name to get the fucking next title shot or whatever. But I just think Colby Covington, he's going to meet Masvidal with pressure and takedowns, and it's not going to be as fun of a fight as Usman Covington 2 would be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think there's a fight, like an actual fight, like the build up to Masvidal and Covington would be fucking great. I can't fucking, pile on Fred about that, but I think the fight itself would just be a little less sexy than the build up. But Usman Covington 2 would be everything the first one was.
Right. Hey, what's up, Jeremiah? Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I think I'd rather see Usman Covington too, especially after that little exchange at the end and the fucking. I never ever fucking watch any pre-shows or any post-shows done that by officially fucking anybody. Okay, if I watch anything post-show, it's a fucking post-fight interviews and then a podcast or something. But I caught a few minutes of the shit afterwards, like fucking Trump calls him and shit, and then he gets on the goddamn show with Usman and says, "What's your tribe doing smoke signals to call you?" I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck are you doing? Are you kidding me, motherfucker? God, you just want me to hate you. You want me to hate you. At the same time, I fucking love that he's doing that shit because it made me laugh. I'm like, oh, I'm not laugh because of what he said. I laugh because, oh, this fucking idiot. Okay, right? But at the same time, it lights up a fucking. It starts to build it for a fight. So if I'm Colby, I'm like, I ain't fighting for anybody not named champion of 170. Nobody.
Well, listen, boys, I hate to spoil your fucking party with a little injection of reality, but Gilbert Burns is getting that goddamn title shot next, unless he gets fucking hurt. So
or COVID again.
We're getting unless something goes wrong, we're getting goddamn Colby Jorge. Mark my fucking words. That's the fight that we're going to get next. I guarantee goddamn to you.
I would.
But is Jorge tied up with Diaz?
It's not official. They're talking about January or February, which would be dope. Just because I like watching Nate fight, but we've kind of already seen that fight, to be honest. So
I just don't think they get that fight done either. No. I think Nate is fucking notoriously hard to deal with. I just don't think I think they get the fight with Colby done way before. Matter of fact, I think the fight with Colby and Jorge happens before the end of the year, possibly on like the December card.
Okay. There you go. Oh, fuck. All right. I was going to say, because I fucking had him. Oh, here we go. Colby needs one more big fight, then get the Usman again. Colby versus Edwards or Masvidal doesn't want that. Oh, Colby versus Edwards. Masvidal doesn't want that smoke. I don't know.
I don't know about that now.
Let's say Colby fight. What about that Edwards? Everyone was talking Edwards. What do you think of that?
Listen, I'll tell you what I think about it. I don't think it's as sexy as fucking Masvidal. It's a good fight. And I feel really bad for Leon Edwards because he deserves a big fight. I don't know, man. I like Masvidal more. I'm sorry, it's more sexy, Leon. But listen, Wonder Boy just called Leon out. There's a good fight for you. I don't know. I don't even feel right saying that Leon deserves one of those big fights. He deserves the Jorge fight. To be honest, Jorge hit him with the 3-piece in the soda.
That's the fight.
Yeah, that's a good fight too, man. I don't know. Any of those fights work, and I guess whoever the odd man out is, they can just be on the reserve if somebody falls out of the championship fight, I suppose. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what you do with Leon Edwards in that case, unless you give Leon Jorge, and then what do you do with fucking Colby?
Right. No, you're right. Let's see what other comments.
Somebody's going to be the odd man out.
Someone's definitely going to be the odd man out. I would rather see Colby and Masvidal. I'm not really interested in Diaz Masvidal for some reason, and a lot of people are saying they're not. Yeah. And honestly, the only reason that fight really happened is because Masvidal told Nate that he run it back, and Masvidal, for the most part, is a man of his word, as far as we can tell. So we'll see. I'm trying to push Colby Edwards because I'm one of the few dumbasses who wants the rankings to mean something. Guarantee them the next title shot and watch fireworks. Bet. I don't know.
It would be a good fight. It would be a good fight. I tend to think that Colby probably does Colby's thing in that fight, though, as far as it goes. But
yeah,
we have to see.
Hold on. I'm trying to catch up to Drew here. What's up, Drew? So I think he crossed the line. Colby got you triggered. Nah, I think I'm just watching it happen from the outside. I'm just like, all right, Colby, you're talking shit. I get it. He's trying to like ride that line, right? He's trying to ride that line to get a reaction into Usman. But at some point, I start to wonder, like, well, at what point do we? You know what I mean? At what point is it over the line, or is it ever over the line, Steve? Like, is it ever over the line at all?
Well, I mean, you had Silva talking shit, or not? Sorry, you had Chael talking shit about Sonnen's fucking or Silva's country. Right. You know what I mean? And you had fucking the McNugget, McGregor. You had McGregor talking about Khabib's wife. So if you're gonna fucking draw the line, I think the time was fucking 5-10 years ago to draw the fucking line. I think now it'd be a little bit too fucking late. Otherwise, you're going to be shutting down a lot of shit. Look at what fucking Israel said about the Twin Towers. I mean, not that I was triggered at any of these because it's entertainment for me, right? And most of them I fucking missed and had to fucking hear about it, from a third party. Yeah. So none of that fucking bothers me. But I'm a white guy that thinks fucking, derogatory terms to white people is just funny. So you can't get me triggered on that shit.
Yeah, anyone that knows me very well knows I'm near impossible to get triggered. I just don't want to see this shit go so far that it affects, like, I don't know how to even explain it without sounding like a fucking asshole. But like, I don't know, Fred. What do you think of that shit? Like, is it taking it apart? Because I mean, look, now they've had multiple black fighters calling Colby straight out racist. And I really don't. I can't disagree with him. Really.
I don't. Is Colby a fucking dick? Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Do I think he crossed a line? No. He's entitled. Look, what do I think the line is? I don't know. Everybody's different. For me, I suppose racial slurs.
Right.
That's the line. If he fucking starts dropping M-bombs, I think it's going to be like, whoa. Not like, okay, what the fuck, dog? This ain't cute. It's not funny. Like, we're going to have to censor you. You can't, like, sure. And don't get me wrong. There's some in-betweens too, wishing death on anybody, that sort of thing. But sort of where our free speech right is, like, Colby can say whatever the fuck he wants to say. And listen, we can hate him. You could think he's a racist. You can root against him. You can do all that. LeBron James can threaten to beat him up and all this foolishness. All the NBA fighters can want all the smoke they want. That's the beauty of this motherfucking country, man. Mm-hmm. Like, did he cross a line? Not to me. Did he cross a line to some? Absolutely. But one good thing about this whole thing is he's a fighter.
Right.
So, like, it's not really like he's a baseball player crossing a line. You can punch him in the face if you want to. Now, obviously, LeBron James can't. I give it but like, for all the black fighters that are out there that are somewhere around fucking 170, 155,
go get them.
You can get a piece of this man, and you can actually, give him some comeuppance for them words. But I just think that's a slippery slope. Again, like you were saying, Connor's talked about folks' wives. Chael's talked about folks' everything. It's the fight game, baby. Motherfucking take that shit to fucking polo or baseball. Go watch some field hockey or something if you're that delicate, man. This ain't for you. I mean, it's the fight game. Again, racial slurs, homophobia, certain shit like that, I don't think we should tolerate just because it's 2020. Come on now, let's not get too fucking crazy.
Right.
But like, far as you having an opinion that differs from mine and you wearing it on your, I mean, look, the motherfucking president called this motherfucker after his fight.
Seriously,
do I think they're both a couple of jerks? Yeah. But do I understand the significance of what that fucking looks like on TV? Yeah, I get that too. It's a fucking big deal, low key. Not to fucking me personally, but to a whole bunch of other shitbirds, that's a big fucking deal.
Right. I'm sorry, catching up with some comments here, but that's something that if we didn't have freedom of speech, we'd be in jail. If we didn't have freedom of speech, I mean, you could look at look, man. I know,
And if we didn't have freedom of speech, I'd be in jail.
We'd all be in jail. At least two out of three of us in here would be in fucking prison. Okay. If you guys have never heard the shit that I said when I was growing, I mean, maybe Steve too, I don't know, but like I would for sure. Me and Fred would be in fucking like Rikers in New York or fucking San Quentin for some of the shit that we've said.
Freedom of speech is very important. Man.
Exactly, super important. Burns is getting smushed for 5 rounds. God damn. We'll talk about smushed. Yeah. I doubt Masvidal makes that fight. Right. Edwards beats the shit out of everyone not named Usman or Covington. I mean, maybe.
He might beat the shit out of them too. Well, he did Usman as far as it goes.
Right. Nate got spoiled the McGregor money. I love Nate, but let's face it, he's a little over from being a 500 fighter. Nate got 13+ million, and that guy's frugal as fuck. If you think that guy's ever going to be broke again, you're out of your mind. That guy knows what it's like to be broke. Now he's over there hanging out with Nick, working on his comeback. Who knows if we're actually going to get that, but we'll see. Colby and Leon makes sense, though. Okay.
They do. Yeah. That's a good fight.
I actually want to see Usman Colby rematch more than any other fight after that interview. Right. See, a lot of people jumped on that. Edwards is a few racist comments shy of a big fight. He'd have to figure something out. Nobody wants to see that dude fight for some reason. Nobody cares. He talks too, not even talks too much. I think, to me, Masvidal serving him up in the back of a fucking event, it's just, okay, dude, now you're just yapping. All right. Brando says, because I do the Monday night during the MMA hangout. Eddie, you nailed it on Monday night. This isn't an act anymore. That alleged herpes-riddled Colby has gone into the deep and is lost. He all in and it could get ugly. No, that's what I said. Like, I think everything he believes. Now, whether or not, like, I don't think it's an act, right? Now, whether or not it's over the line is up for debate at that point, I think.
I agree with that too. I think that it's not like I think that privately he fucking worships Joe Biden. I think he does. Yeah, I think he believes all these things. I 100%. Think he just hams it up for the cam. You know what I'm saying? Like he but again, like he can fucking do that, bro, and we can hate him for. Like I seen people bitching, but it's like, what do y'all want? You want us to cancel him? Like not let him fight? Like what? Okay, but like cool. Then. Tune in next time, and hopefully he gets his ass beat. I mean, damn, we got to see him get beat up by Usman. We've watched this movie. Motherfucking Captain Wakanda broke his jaw. We were all there for that. Twitter had the memes. I mean, so it's not like he ain't, that's just the way the fight game goes. He got to run his mouth last night. The time before that, he didn't run his mouth for like 6 months.
And honestly, I don't know if either one of you can answer this question. What has he said off the top of your head, I guess, that is like inherently like a racist thing? Like the insinuations are all there, right?
Sure. It's the smoke signals thing.
Exactly. The smoke signals thing was like,
and then you call the Black Lives Matter a terrorist group, which that's a real polarizing comment to make right now, and definitely not a very fucking constructive comment to be making in the fucking public media right now.
Especially not today. Shit, you guys heard Breonna Taylor. The lack of charging officers in Breonna Taylor, and I mean they already have in a lot of cities there's already demonstrations, and who knows if that's going to get ugly again like it did in the beginning. But it's almost like a matter of opinion at this point, as far as like, you know what I mean? Like if you said anything like inherently racist. So I don't know, dude.
Racist or not, we've spent like almost the entire show talking about him. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's getting at least our attention. He's getting the media's attention, and he's going to get mainstream attention for saying the shit that he does.
Right.
And you think Dana White's going to fucking stop him? No, because it's bringing fucking eyeballs to his organization, which is just fucking, floodgates are open. Here comes all the fucking cash.
The president called him. Like Cheeto or not, the president called him. So,
I mean,
not Vera.
Right.
to be fair, as far as this whole political thing goes, I know a lot of people try to, and I am Dana White's fucking bodyguard, Jack. I swear, I know I'm always taking up with this motherfucker. Right. But look, Tyron Woodley also had the whole Black Lives Matter thing.
Right.
It ain't like Dana White did not let him do that.
True.
Dana White does not, like, he don't be stopping the fighters, like, you know. He let Colby do fucking Colby's thing, and he let Tyron do Tyron's thing. Yeah. Tyron lost. Colby won, so Colby took the mic. I mean, that's just the way the cards fell. But this idea that because the UFC hasn't come out in support of the Black Lives Matter and Dana White has come out in support of Donald Trump, I don't think it's like there's some right-wing organization that's racist or something, man. I just think that, you know, Dana White and Trump were personal fucking friends. He goes and fucking, you know, does shit with that dude. I don't think I don't think the UFC is like a racist organization because of that. I've seen some sort of people like kind of throwing that narrative, like they let Colby do it, but they did let Tyron. He just lost the fight, so he didn't get the mic afterwards, man.
Right. All right. Ezra was Hamzat.
Yeah, are we going to talk about him at all, like this entire fucking show?
Yeah, well,
yeah, let's do it.
I thought we were waiting until the last fucking. That's what I thought we were waiting on.
Yeah, we're gonna get to him right after this fight, but we got a couple comments about it. Dana was talking about Hamzat fighting before the Maya fight. Who do you guys think he matches up well with? I'd like to see him fight Vicente Luque. But Steve, what are you thinking?
I don't care who. At this point, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. I mean, he beat a fucking, you know, a real veteran in Mearshart. A guy who's fucking seen fucking everything except for that right fucking hand.
Dang, yeah.
I mean, I don't know, undefeated, knockouts. I mean, they double booked him for a fucking reason. I don't think it matters at this point. I don't care.
Yeah. No, that dude is a fucking maniac. He's a wild man, Fred.
Listen, so first off, what are we doing with him? Are we sending him to 70 or is he staying at 85 for fuck's sake? Like, first off, I mean, he's jumping around, the prick's fucking okay. Let's what are we doing here? Where are you headed?
I rather see him at 70.
Okay, so let's stay in the 70 banner then. Right. Look, I've been kind of hard on this guy because everybody's great on it, but I tend to go against the grain. But let me be realistic for a minute. He has looked very, very good. He also has not really faced an upper level of competition at all. Now, that does not mean that he is not who we think he is. Everybody in the gym seems to say that, and everything he's done in the octagon has proven as such. A one-punch knockout is very impressive, but for me, it also doesn't tell me a whole lot. Right. It doesn't tell me that you're really a great striker. It tells me you got some power and you landed a real clean one on Gerald, who was backing up with his back against the cage. Congratulations, but boy, in MMA, do our panties get soaking wet real fast. You know, I heard motherfuckers say that he's one fight away from Usman.
Say what?
One fight away from a title shot. Like, just like, bro, we do realize welterweight is deep, right? I smoke a ton of dope, so I don't know. Will you do me a favor, Eddie? Pull the fucking welterweight list up for me here, the top 10 or 15. I don't know none of these fucking pricks. Okay. But there are tons of fucking guys that I need to see him against before we start getting way too fucking carried away. The first two wins were very impressive, but you can definitely fucking give them back to the Indians. The knockout against Gerald Mearshart was impressive, but again, let's not get fucking crazy. Let's see here. What do we got? Got? Okay. Let's get down to Michael Chiesa. That is RDA, Vicente Luque, Neil Magny. Neil, put the fucking Neil Magny curse on him. You understand me? If he can get past Neil, he's fucking golden Graham.
Yes, sir.
Neil. I mean, you know, bro, look, Hazmat looks good, but y'all need to chill. 170 is a motherfucking Shark Tank. Realistically, real talk. Any 10, what is that? Yeah. Is there two dudes ranked at 10 or am I fucking?
Yeah, Luke and Magny are tied at 10, supposedly.
Either one of them or Jeff Neal tickles my fucking pickle. And I don't necessarily favor him greatly in none of those fights, Jack.
Right. Let's see. Hold on. I'm just catching. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Real quick going back to the Colby thing for a second. Colby's doing what we did in the 90s and 2000s. Talk shit. If your parents are in a bunch because of it, that's on you. Right. And it goes up to this one right here. When Conor said your wife is a towel mate, although it's super fucked up, that was the funniest tweet I've seen from an MMA fighter. Agreed. Some stuff's not going to be, like, not everything's going to be racist to everybody. Or not everything's going to be offensive to everybody, right? But to say, well, oh, you're offended, like, for example, Khabib was offended, people in his culture were offended by it, sure, right? But just because I don't find it fucking offensive doesn't mean I can shit on them for finding it offensive. I think it's stupid to do that too.
At the end of the day, I almost don't really know what we're talking about. Like, so what?
Right. At this point, it's like, okay.
He said something that offended you. I mean, fair enough, but at the end, so what? What shall we do? Guillotine him? Shall we? I mean, what like, I mean, I dig it, but the only thing you can do is not like him and root for him to get his ass whipped. And I mean, what do you think we should do, man? Fine him? Like, what exactly are people suggesting here? I mean, I agree that the shit that he said was a little ooh, but okay, what the fuck exactly are we supposed to do about it?
Yeah, and the biggest difference between the 90s and 2000s, early 2000s, social media. Now, everyone's got an opinion, and that's the only reason. Right. But end of the day, what Fred said is 100% true. What the fuck are you going to do about it? So everyone's mad. Okay, so what? Now what? What do we do now? Not a goddamn thing. That's it. Not a goddamn thing's going to happen. So let's just either stay mad or let it go at that point. Anyway, Steve, you guys
yeah, I mean, for me, I hate people getting offended for other people. You know what I mean? If Tyron Woodley was upset about the things that fucking Covington said, he had fucking, 25 fucking minutes to do something about it. Exactly. And he didn't. So, next.
Exactly. No, exactly. Yeah. This is interesting. I never heard this before, and we can talk about this some other on my ULI show. Black Lives Matter, but BLM doesn't. As an organization, that's where where Colby was calling it a terrorist organization. That's where that comes from. But
listen,
we can get into it later.
Way too late in the episode to get into that fucking can of worms, boys.
Yeah, we're already getting late. Colby isn't getting canceled. You're not wrong, Fred. It's a fight game. Dana needs to let him talk shit, write the checks, and let someone at welterweight try and shut him up. 100%. That's exactly what we've been saying, basically. No doubt. All right, let's jump to this weekend's cards because we're running out of fucking time, and we need to get going here. UFC 253 from Fight Island. I don't know if you guys have been watching like the embeddeds and the fucking countdowns and all that shit, but these guys, man, Abu Dhabi's dope from what I can tell. You know what I mean? As far as like how they're getting treated and shit. So, all right. Early prelims kick off at 4 p.m. Pacific time. It's 5, 6, 7 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN2, apparently. Cadiz Ibragimov. Jesus Christ, where the fuck is Jesse? Against Danilo Marquez. And then Juan Espino against Jeff Hughes on the early prelims. Then you got that William Knight against Alexa Kamor. Shane Young against Ludovic Klein. And here's the first fight that kind of gets obviously, like everyone will recognize as far as the name goes. Diego Sanchez against Jake Matthews. Diego Sanchez and is getting cornered by
Stephan Bonner.
Stephan Bonner.
Yeah.
All right. Now I don't know. Later, dude. Take care. Stephan Bonner. I don't know where the fuck he's been. Is this the other guy, the fucking voodoo coach, gonna be there?
Listen, I don't know whether they were bullshit or not, but apparently Diego and Stephan smoked a fucking joint of DMT on a mountainside, and Stephan became his coach. So if that's any indication of how the fight's going to go this Saturday, I suggest you bet your fucking house on Jake Matthews and somebody get a hold of Diego and give him a goddamn intervention. What the fuck is going on? They smoked a joint of DMT, and now Stephan Bonner's his coach. For fuck's sake,
dude. That and Steve, they had Diego. I saw him on a scrum somewhere talking about he wants to end his career fighting Conor McGregor.
Yeah, good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. That ain't happening ever.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Just him making that statement, like somebody should pull him to the side. Like, yo, Diego, was you serious about that? Oh, somebody check him out. He might not be allowed to fight this Saturday. Conor,
give me some of what you smoking. I'll take all of that shit.
I mean, like, all bullshit aside, dude. Fight Conor, bro. Are you here with us? You ain't fighting Conor, my guy. What the fuck? Like, that's never happening, Diego. But this ain't 2002.
Yeah, seriously. All right. And then all right, keep moving here. And then we'll make picks on the main card. Feature prelim: Brad Riddle against Alex De Silva Coelho. That's a good fucking fight. That's 5 p.m. The main prelims. All right. Pay-per-view starts at 7 p.m. Pacific time. That makes it 10 p.m. Eastern time. Hakeem Dawodu against Zubaida Tukhugov.
That's a fucking really, really good fight, man.
That's a really good curtain. The curtain opener. All right, let's make our picks here, Fred. Who you picking?
God damn, this is the one fight that has me so fucking
hard to pick.
Bored. I'm gonna go with Dawodu.
Okay,
but those fucking he's Russian, right? This prick.
I want to say he's one of the Habib guys, but I'm not.
I hate fucking picking against those pricks, but I always do. I'm gonna go with Dawodu.
I'm taking Tukhugov. Who you picking, Steve?
Dawodu as well.
All right. Then after those guys kick off, Caitlin Vieira's coach who's the same coach, Andres. How you say his last name, Steve?
Is it Panadaris?
Yeah, I think yeah. He has tested positive for COVID on Fight Island. He will not be cornering Caitlin Vieira this weekend. He will be in quarantine, taking on a quick turnaround to Sijara Eubanks. I don't think she's going to need her coach there. I think Vieira finishes Eubanks in that fight. As tough as Eubanks is, I don't see her being able to outlast this one. Fred, who are you picking?
I agree. Caitlin Vieira is coming off the knockout to Aldana, right? Where she was like winning the fight and then she got popped towards the end or some shit like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah. Caitlin Vieira. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Steve, who you picking?
I think it's too quick of a turnaround for Sarge, so I don't think she's gonna get Vieira out of there. So I do think she'll take a decision.
No shit.
So okay. I'm going Sarge decision.
All right. Cool. All right. Kai Kara France taking on Brandon Royval in a flyweight fight. I like Kara France a lot, and I know he's one of the I think he's one of the guys that trains out of Adesanya too. So I'm rolling with it. Kai Kara France to win. Fred?
Same. Yeah, the Adesanya fucking whole thing. And plus, I'll be honest with you. Flyweight is a little under my fucking radar right now. So I think I've only watched the fucking Kai Kara kid fight one time. So good enough for me.
There you go. Steve, who you picking?
Raw dog all day, baby. Raw dog all day.
All right. Hey, I'm down with that. And he did say, Roybal did say, like, I'm here to knock out Kai Kara France and get me 50 G's, make some money. He said that shit on the on the embedded as they were getting on the plane in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. Brando says Mandy's gonna make Joshua cry in the cage. What's up?
His demeanor is very like
who, Royval?
The Diaz brothers, like the way that he carries himself.
Right. Okay. No, you're right. Brando says Mandy's gonna make Joshua cry in the cage. Joshua being the voodoo coach of over Diego Sanchez. I'm gonna face swap Diego and that crying black dude on intervention when he loses. That please do it. Jeremiah. Honestly, Diego will probably school Matthews. We've seen weirder shit happen.
I mean, I think Diego's a way better fighter than Jake Matthews. I just think at this point in his fucking career, what more does Diego have left in the tank? We'll see.
Diego's gonna come at him with a fake knife, like he was doing, like his coach was doing in that fucking cage and shit. Like, I'm gonna get you, and then got knocked the fuck out. All right. Unbroken taking Tukhugov. Sean's taking Tukhugov. Also taking Vieira, as is Unbroken. Unbroken says raw dog. Royval all day, all the way. There you go. All right. Moving on to the first, the co-main event, the first title fight of the night. Dominic Reyes against Jan Blachowicz, fighting for John Jones's belt. This is I find it difficult to pick against Dominic Reyes. I'm taking Dominic Reyes to win this fight. Doesn't matter about how, but I think we can get him as new champ. Steve, who we picking?
I'm going Blachowicz with the Polish power.
Oh shit! All right, hey, the upset pick, Fred.
You know what? I'm actually going with Jan too.
Okay.
I think he's going to surprise Dominic Reyes and knock him out. I really do. I think Dominic's going to come into this fight a bit overconfident because of his perceived success against John Jones. And I shouldn't say perceived because he did have success, but I just feel like I feel like John really phoned it in on these last few fights, though.
Yeah,
I just really do. We'll see what happens at heavyweight, but I feel like if John Jones comes out hypothetically and smashes Stipe or Ngannou, can we all not deny then that like he was just kind of phoning it in against fucking Santos and Reyes and fucking Anthony Smith? Like, if he gets knocked out of heavyweight, we'll fucking visit this discussion. But if not, I feel like look, Look what happened to Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith had a relatively competitive fight with John Jones. Look at him now. Getting fucking thunderstruck by Glover Teixeira.
Right.
I mean, for fuck's sake, like I think people might be getting a little too high on their perceived success against John Jones in a very uninspired part of his career. So yeah, I'm going to go with the upset from the Polish power. He's going to surprise him.
Right. And of course, everyone's going to put an asterisk on whoever wins this one. Brando says, get Royval paid unlike Jesse Jess. Jesse Jess should have gotten paid for that. SJ takes Reyes. Unbroken takes Reyes. Sean with Jan, Polish power. Broken says, Royval, the fastest submission in LFA history. There you go. And he agrees with you, I'm assuming, on Reyes. Oh, Jones destroyed Anthony Smith. He should have finished him.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And again, I was there for that fight, unfortunately, and I was annoyed that Jones could have finished him. He fucking didn't.
Listen, to be fair, Jones destroyed Shogun.
Right.
He destroyed Lyoto Machida. He beat Anthony Smith. He should have destroyed Anthony Smith. A goddamn blown up middle of the road fucking middleweight. He should have, but he didn't.
Jeremiah says, I don't know. Jones did look a little long in the tooth against Reyes. We're going to have to get Jeremiah on here maybe next week and see what's up.
He did look maybe a little. He might be getting a little old. Maybe. Brando
says Reyes and you again. Teo stayed up right there with you, Fred. Either John was playing his past few opponents or he was overrated this whole time.
Yeah, and I don't think he was overrated. I just think he was very uninspired.
Worst case, we're gonna find out no matter what at heavyweight, because the heavyweight don't lie. All right. Main event, Israel Adesanya taking on Paulo Costa. Apparently the beef was just a nice little show, ladies and gentlemen, because apparently they're buddies. They're not buddy, but they're just like, hey man, I respect you, bro. Hey, this is cool, nice look, whatever. But you get Adesanya, who I didn't know was taller than fucking Costa, but the whole timing beats fucking power, speed, whatever the fuck. Timing beats speed and accuracy beats power. What was the fucking quote?
Yeah, that was it, I think. Timing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's Adesanya to Paulo Costa, basically landing punches and putting dents in your body. Okay, this guy took shots from fucking Yoel Romero and made Yoel Romero run backwards. Okay, so it's gonna be a dope fight, I think. I am gonna take Izzy to piece him up a little bit, not knockout. I honestly don't think anyone gets finished in this one. I think it's going to be a long, drawn-out 5-round war, and I think Adesanya's going to take it in just like Unbroken just said, in a very, very close fight. Steve, you go first.
I've got the unpopular Costa pick, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not Adesanya dick writer. Not that there's anything wrong with that if you are, you know what I mean? But for me, I don't know. His performances haven't really done anything for me, even though that they've been, against, some world-class guys.
Right.
For me, it just hasn't, it either hasn't sunken in or, just, like he was saying, John Jones being uninspired, in his performances. I'm uninspired by Israel Adesanya. Not that Paulo Costa's any better, but that's just, the way I'm leaning.
Gotcha. Real quick, Fred, before you make your pick, Mateo says, weed beats heroin, but coke beats speed. Conor McGregor. Somebody make that poster. Make that fucking poster. You know how much money you can make off that poster? Otis is gone, but I've been with him the whole time on this one. Paulo the Eraser is going to walk him down and finish him in the fourth. Woo! Okay, Fred, who you picking?
Okay, first off, let me make one point. I know we got to get out of here relatively soon, so I won't make this too long-winded, but let me make one point about Paulo Costa. He's a cheater. He's on steroids.
I don't doubt it.
Not just the fact that he's built like a fucking Greek god, but I was on Twitter today, and people been posting the fight that he lost when he was on the Brazilian Ultimate Fighter.
Right.
And he basically just quit. He ran out of gas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some would say that he just worked on his gas tank. He just made it better. I would say he started taking steroids and cheating. Maybe. Sorry, that's just me. That's neither here nor there. But I think that is why he's able to hold his power into these late rounds now. I think he's on the fucking Mexican supplements. Again, neither here nor there. Right. This fight, I've been saying this on every fucking podcast for a while now. It really, really gives me so much of Anderson Silva, Vitor Belfort vibes.
Yep.
It's very much that fight. And I remember going into that fight, like everybody in the world, I was a massive Anderson fan, but I thought Vitor was going to win because Anderson's known to fucking shuck and jive, and Vitor was known to knock your fucking head off. Well, we all know what happened in that fight. Right. Anderson didn't shuck, he didn't jive. He came in super fucking serious, and he fucking thunder kicked Vitor right in his fucking face. Now, at this fight, I don't know. I do think that I'm going to pick Israel Adesanya to win the fight. With this caveat, he needs to take this fight seriously. That's not to say that he can't clown around a little. He does his thing, but he needs to be on his P's and Q's with Paulo Costa, certainly in those first few rounds when he's going to be fresh and dangerous. You don't want to get too cute. You can get Chris Weidman. Don't think, like, you know what I mean? If he gets too fucking cute and tries to dance too much or try to not take Paulo serious enough, he can and will get starched. I think that if he comes out and he fights the perfect fight and he is on his game and he gives Paulo the respect that Paulo deserves, I think he'll beat him. I do think he has better reflexes. I do think he's a better striker, but he has been knocked out before. Very rarely, but in his kickboxing days, he did get slept. He has been tagged. Kelvin Gastelum touched him up. He can be hit. He can win this fight, and I think he will. But again, with the caveat that he needs to fight the perfect fight. He needs to not be fucking around with Paulo in there. There's a reason they call this motherfucker the eraser.
Right.
Now, again, late 4th, 5th round, if Paulo's fucking breathing like a slit pig and he's in there sucking the wind through it, then maybe he can get a little cute. Them first 2 rounds, he better not be fucking cute, or it might get his ass knocked the fuck out.
There you go. All right. Steve, you got anything more to add on that one?
Well, you know, the boss, he calls me, this was a couple hours ago while I was at the grocery store, and he's like, hey, man, did you fucking see that Costa interview? He's fucking high on cocaine. Excuse me, I'm getting some eggs right now. I can't talk about this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so I'm going to have to go back. He's like, yeah, it's fucking, you know, fucking touching his face and, you know, fucking, you know, making sure he's clean, you know, fucking, you know, rubbing the nose. I'm like, I don't know what fucking interview it is, but after this, I'm going to have to go and fucking find it.
I mean, to be fair, coke does get out of your system in 3 days, so.
Right. Well, there's a history of it helping fighters, I'll tell you that much.
With the way he sweats, that means he can probably break it out in 48. He might be zooted out of his fucking tits right now.
Look, this motherfucker, here's the thing, and you know, just real quick, as far as like the steroids thing go, I've always wondered how he gets down to 185 because he's a fucking giant man. He could probably make heavyweight easily.
You see that fucking meme of the one homeboy fucking shooting? Yeah. That's how he gets down to 185, Jack.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just waiting to decide to catch him if they ever gonna catch him. All right. Last few comments here before we gotta run. Oh, you did that one. Costa's not a bad pick. I do think it's close. I got Costa by 3rd round TKO. I'm taking Izzy by 4th round TKO by the power of his Barry Bonds earring. Fuck Costa. Yeah, Costa's on all that shit. I got Adesanya. Costa's body kicks are brutal. Agreed. Vettori beat Adesanya? No. Adesanya beat Vettori in a boring ass fight in fucking Phoenix, Arizona. God damn it. I paid for that. Yeah, me too. Dude, I paid for that shit. I was so mad. I was like, my girl was with me, and I was like, oh, you gotta love this kid. Adesanya's a bad motherfucker. And the dud of a fight. I'm like, God fucking damn it. But
who did you score that for?
Huh?
Who did you score that fight for? Vettori or Adesanya?
I scored it for Vettori at the end of the night. Shit. But I couldn't tell if it was because I was mad at Adesanya for fighting the way he did or he actually won. I was just pissed off. But yeah. All right. Let's check out the headlines here. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Nope. I think that did it. We got everything in.
Dope. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to everyone that tuned in. Jeremiah, Otis, SJ, Tyler, Brando, Mateo was here, Sean. Who else was here? Fucking a bunch of people showed up. People were kind of in and out, but it was cool. Yeah, Unbroken. Drew, I'm not sure if Drew's still here. It might be past his bedtime. Everyone that tuned in, you guys are dope as shit. Appreciate the fucking SJ, MDP was here. Appreciate the fucking you guys. All right. I know I have your information down here somewhere, right? Is that right?
Yeah, kick right there. You got it.
There you go. I had kick audio for our friend. And of course you can see his IG HKA_AZ. and then at Head Kick Audio on Twitter. Of course, you do interviews and all kind of stuff. Who you got up next?
Well, tomorrow I got Sean Teed, CFFC heavyweight champ. Nice. I got tomorrow morning, I got Miranda Maverick. She was an Invicta tournament champion. She just signed to the UFC, making her debut in like October, I think, something like that. I don't know. We'll talk about it in the interview. And then I got like fucking 6 lined up for next week, dude. I'm putting a pace on myself because I'm tired of fucking coming home and day napping. You know what I mean? I'm too fucking young for that old shit. I need to get back on the game. So I got a lot of interviews coming.
There you go. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you follow him on everything. Of course, Jesse, that's SWAT1983, and some motherfucker at Kirby_MMA for Fred, and I'm at Ela32. You can find all the podcasts on YouTube at KeyboardWarsMMA.com. Shout out to everyone that tuned in on last night. Jesus Christ, it's only Wednesday. I'm already tired. Tuesday night for the first episode back at the ULI. It did get taken off YouTube for exactly what I said it would. I might have played a couple seconds of a fucking Jay-Z song, and YouTube used that as an excuse to pull off the entire episode. If I can download it, I will, and I'll repost it, but we'll be back on Tuesday night again, talking about more current events and politics, and I'm pretty sure tonight's going to give us plenty to fucking talk about, so we'll see how it goes. All right, shout out to everyone that tuned in. You guys are dope as fuck. Love the fuck out of you guys. Shout out to repthewarriors.com, represent, and of course, spicypros.com. We'll catch you guys next week. Good night, and good night, Wilshire.